Unity of the Huachucas presents Susan Smith, LUT.
Let it be easy.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Susan Smith. I'm a licensed Unity teacher. I live in Tucson, and I get to come down here and talk and give a message every now and then, and I love it. I'm part of your community, even though I'm not here all the time. So let it be easy. Let it be easy. That's the name of our talk, my talk today. And I felt in with the idea, the theme of expectancy, because so often in Unity, we'll talk about, well, it's simple but not easy, right? When we talk about spiritual practices. And that's because we're very attached to our humanness and our human, and that's as it should be. We're 100% human, 100% divine. So we're here to live human lives. And sometimes it's just hard for us to remember our divinity. But what if we just let it be easy? What if we lived in the expectancy that it was easy for us to remember the truth of who we are? And that's what I want to talk about today. And so a couple things. So what is it? What do I mean by it? I mean remembering the truth of who we are. Remembering the divinity that lies within ourselves and the divinity that lies in all the conditions and all the circumstances that we find ourselves in. So we can have those visions and go forward in our dreams with the expectancy that it's a friendly and generous universe. That's what it is, and that we're a part of that. Not only are we participating and receiving the gifts, but we're also sharing our gifts. So that's what I mean by it. What do I mean by let? And I came up with this title. I've been reading Reverend Linda Martellowitz's Divine Audacity recently, and I've been doing a study group on it. And in one of her chapters about power, she talks about the word let. And Reverend Linda, she goes to lots of different Unity centers and does guest speaking. And she said, well, one time I was in there and they sang the peace song. Okay, right? Let there be peace on earth. We all, we do it here. And she goes, but they changed some of the words and says, I am peace on earth. And they made it more affirmative. And she said, but they don't understand what let is. Let is a spiritual command. Let, and this is how she describes it. She says, it's a command, not a request. It is a spiritual assertion of authority. It is the cry of the Creator, let there be light. And it is our creative self-command to some spiritual ability. Let me be the light. So when I say let it be easy, this is a command. Let it. So that's what I'm talking about today. So I'm going to go over what I'm going to call the let it be easy peasy 3 P's. Okay? The 3 let it be easy peasies. All right? That's perception, preparation, and practice. And they're all steps, although you can kind of go in and out of the steps. All right? You don't have to do them in order. So the 3 peasies, perception. So, Henry Ford is well known. Henry Ford, this is a good quote from him. That's what I'll say about Henry Ford, okay? But this is a good quote from him. He said, whether you believe you can do a thing or not, you are right. Whether you believe you can do a thing or not, you're right. I don't know if 100% agree with them. I don't think I can believe that I can do brain surgery and I should do it tomorrow. All right, I'm just going to tell you right now. But the idea of it, if you don't think you can do something, right, you're not going to be able to do it. He's so right? And when we're looking at expectancy, if we're trying to let it be easy, if we think everything's going to be hard, it's more challenging for us, right? So let's remember, perception is our faith faculty. It's how we see things. How do you look at it? And culturally, we're really rewarded by getting something done that was hard, right? We feel a sense of, I got it done and it was so hard. And, there's nothing wrong from a human perspective to think that something might be difficult. There are difficult things in our lives. But what I'm talking about is in our consciousness. I'm talking about our thinking and knowing that we are always and constantly supported and that we always know and are equipped to handle whatever comes our way. And that we can move forward in those dream steps that we want with ease and grace. And if we don't believe that, if our perception is, that's not for me, I tried that before, forget it, forget it. I think a lot that we kind of have to go back to being little children. And I've talked about this before, but when little babies toddle and they take those very first steps, all of us had that opportunity in this room here to take those first steps, to learn how to walk, to explore the world. We didn't question our ability. We wanted to learn the world. We knew that this was our birthright to go, and if less able-bodied children figure it out in their own way. But we have a birthright to go and explore and learn. And that's what I'm encouraging you to remember, that is still within you. We just get these messages that you can't do it or you're not good enough. And every one of us have heard those in different ways for different reasons. Everyone. So this is about, no, thank you very much, but no, I'm going to remember my little baby self. This part of me that's pure and 100% and 100% divine, that lives alongside my 100% humanness. So perception is so important. We've listened to Eddie Watkins Jr. was one of the first songs today, and it's really about remembering. There's that song from Eddie Watkins Jr. I am the place where God shows up, and these words just really resonated in me as I was preparing today's talk. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes, and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Then he goes on to say, we are the place. So it's not just me. I'm also meeting others, right? I'm not alone in this. But I have all of that at my disposal, all of it. So that's perception, going back to that, remembering that truth. Imelda Shanklin was a minister who worked with Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the Unity co-founders. She was their editor. She worked very closely with them. She wrote one of my favorite books, which I think I might have forgot to bring up here. Oh, it's okay. It's called What Are You? And there's a quote she has in here about perception, and I just love it. Your consciousness is your life. You live in a small, mean world if your perceptions are small, mean. You live in a large, generous world if your perceptions are large, generous. Your mental realm is as definitive as your physical realm. You live in your consciousness. I think you can resonate that, right? And it's that one thought after another, and we're talking about consciousness, what's going on in our brains. It's creating the experiences of our lives. Circumstances come and go. How are we thinking about them? How are we thinking about them? And and that's constantly going back to that perception. So when we're thinking it's going to be really hard or I can't do it, that seems like a small, mean world within our own thoughts, right? That's a small, mean world. But what about that baby? What do? We encourage them, right? Most babies are blessed with encouragement. You got it. Look at them go. Oh, did you see so-and-so and what they did? They walked across the floor. They took their very first step. Let's do that for ourselves. Let's continue to encourage ourselves. Live in a large, generous world. That's what making it easy is. It should be easy. You are the place where God shows up. So perception, what are you thinking? How are you seeing it? That's the first of the easy peasy threes of let it be easy. Okay. So I did a recent move, and a lot of you know that I moved recently. And I was living with my friend who's 92 years old, and it was kind of unexpected. Our lease wasn't up till December, but she had a health crisis a few months ago, and after her health crisis, we realized she needed more support than I was going to be able to offer. I work full time. I just can't be the person she needs, and she needs more. And we both agreed we're going to have to break this lease and move. And my whole goal this time was perceptions, let it be easy. And I kind of did this thing with my hand, like flow. I would just kind of get good in the flowing. So I just wanted to see this as easy. I don't like to move. The reason we probably stayed and signed that last lease is I didn't want to move. We probably should have then. Honestly, yeah, should have moved then. But it just seemed too hard. And I thought, it was a good that we lived together. It was very good, many good things about it. But I knew it was coming to a close. So we make the decisions we make, and then you make another one, right? So just remind myself, I just went within it. I reminded myself to be in the flow and let it be easy. And some of the ways I did this is the second P. which is preparation. Okay? The easy peasy 3 for let it be easy is preparation. So it's first perception, and then second is preparation. So when babies take their first steps, what do? We childproof the house, right? You make sure everything's all childproof for the house. So that's one thing we need to prepare, get the house kind of in order, make it safe for them. We give them tools, right? They might get a little walker. You know, it's funny. We start young as walker, we go back to it, you know, so it's okay. I think we're getting closer to our childhood. It's not a bad thing at all, I don't think. More in touch that way. And then, a walker and different tools, right? We get tools and we get that organized. And then also we help them, right? We hold their hands. We encourage them. We help them. We give them that support. We tell them we believe in them. But most children, all right, I'm just going to talk about most children, get that support, all right? So how do we do that for ourselves if we want to let it be easy, to remember the truth of who we are? So we have to set, what I'm going to say, create a safe space in your consciousness, all right? That word came up today. So there's personality, and then there's a word called individuality. Individuality is basically just remembering the truth of your divine nature and expressing from that. Personality, so that's like your 100% divine. Your personality is how you're expressing as a human on this material temporal plane, okay? So sometimes, I don't know about you all, but I overthink. So I'm getting ready for this move, and I am overthinking it to the max. Every possible problem is going to come up into my mind. I assure you, I'm a list maker, I'm a writer. Oh my gosh, I had 2 weeks to find a place, and I just had to constantly go back and set a safe place in my consciousness. And that's through how? Prayer, meditation. And it doesn't have to be sitting on a chair and going, oh, I can't do that. I can't. That doesn't work for me. And I assure you, if you would ask me if I've ever really silenced my brain, the answer would be probably no. Not that I know of. But I know that taking the time helps me. If we're talking about knowing the totality of the truth of the divinity that lies within yourself and in all things, it's a nanosecond of knowing that is powerful. So do it. Don't judge it. Don't worry. Do or do not try. Try or what's the Yoda saying? Do or do not. Try or do not. I can't even think of it right. No. Anyway, it'll come to me later.
We're gonna try.
No, try. Do, don't try, or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. See, this is a good example. Sometimes things go off course, and it's all right. It's okay. It's going to come back to me, because I'm going to let it float there. But, do or do not. Don't try. Do or... No, it doesn't matter. So sorry. That's okay. See, humanness coming out right here for you. I did this on purpose. But, totally lost track of what I was talking about. Yeah, so... doing meditation. So don't judge yourself. Just do it. Just do it. Don't judge how well it's going. It could be a walk. It could be painting. It could be writing. It could be writing. It could be doing art. It could be being here in a community. That's all. But how are you connecting with that purity of the truth of who you are? Whatever. I don't know what that is for you, but I'm encouraging you to do that. That's number one, always number one. And within that, so like on this example, I just kept affirming, let it be easy during my practices. And then like I had one day that was just terrible. I had a terrible day. For me, it was a terrible day. So I went to work. I had a high, my anxiety just went off the roofs that day, which happens to me, hasn't really happened since the pandemic, but it's just something mental, physical I have to deal with. It's just a balance thing. But it was really bad. I'm like, okay, got to deal with this. It's okay. I'll get my appetite back. It'll be okay. I've got my tools. Okay. So woke up with that, had a special event at work, went to my car, drove my car into a fence at my employment.
Oh, no.
All right, at my work. So you'll see I have duct tape on my car right now. It's working for now. And so then I'm like, oh my God, it was at the very end of the day. I was trying to get some other stuff done. I'm like, okay, I have to tell someone. So I told my boss, emailed her. She wasn't at this thing. She's like, we have to tell someone there. So I'm like, I checked the fence. It looked fine. It was a chain link fence. They are strong. I'm just going to tell you right now, they are very strong, the chain link fence. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. It's just okay. It's just chain link fence. So I went and I told someone the next day. So that day, I ran my car, damaged my car, hit something at work, had a rise in anxiety, which I knew I could get through, but it was just a very real thing for me. Then I had gone to 4 different apartments, and I found one I wanted. I thought, okay, this is the one. I'm going to go with this, try this apartment for a change. We had shared a 3-bedroom townhouse together. And I'm like, I'm going to try this just because it's temporary. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do when I retire from my job in a couple of years. So I went in with the application. I was not able to put this application online, by the way. I'm pretty tech savvy, but this was beyond me. So I got the cashier's check, and I went in. I gave him the application, and I had put down that I had broken a lease because I was breaking a lease right now. And they go, oh, you've broken a lease? And I go, well, yeah, I'm breaking a lease right now. Circumstances changed, and it just, we're taking the financial hit, which is significant, I can tell you. And I'm not going to lie. She said, oh, well, we can't rent to you for 3 years. Oh, my God. And I go, what? She goes, yeah, that's standard. That's anywhere you go. You know how many apartments there are in Tucson. And I'm like, what? And I go, and they're like, well, in the future, just don't tell people. Just tell people you're living with friends. Just lie. I don't lie. I'm not a good liar. Who am I going to tell? Tell them I've been living with you. I mean, no, so I was so upset because I had made this decision. So I went home. My friend Pat was there, and I'm like, oh, Pat. And I was just very upset. And so I'm like, I've had a bad day. And I kind of cried a little bit, but I went back to let it be easy, right? I just backed up, and I'm like, no, let it be easy. So I went back to my practice, and I just, at the end, I'm like, it's okay. I'm a privileged person. This is just a little insight into how difficult life is for some people. I'm fine. I know I'll be fine. But this is just a little insight of how hard things can be for some people who aren't as privileged as I am. And that was what I took from it. The car, no big deal. And then I just went back to my prayer and meditation. I went back to it. Let it be easy. Let it be easy. But part of that let it be easy is letting go of how you think things should be. Right? I worked kind of hard, and I wanted this, and I thought I was all sad. I wanted to be sad. So I'll go back to this story, and I'll tell you what happens. It has a happy ending. So anyway, first thing, just set that safe place in your consciousness. So I had to keep going back. It's okay. I'm supported. I'm loved. It's all right. It's okay. So I created that safe space in my consciousness. And then we have our tools. So just like with the kids, we give them certain things to help them learn how to walk. We have tools all the time. We're always learning tools here in Unity. That's what I love it. Unity used to be called Practical Christianity. And I like the practical nature of it. And lots of tools. So remember your tools. And a couple I want to share with you. First of all, I just want you to remember when you're taking that time of taking time apart, just focusing and concentrating on the truth of your divine identity, you are allowing and being a conduit for ideas. Divine ideas are our divine inheritance. I like to say there's an idea for that. Whatever it is, there's an idea for that. So if you find yourself in a difficult circumstance, there's an idea for that. The idea might be breathe. And then maybe another breath. And guess what? I can be breathing. Sometimes it's hard, right? But then we go to a chapel. We do whatever it is, but there's an idea for that. So remember, there's an idea. You might not have it right away, but there's going to be an idea. There was an idea for my house situation. I'll share it in a bit. The other thing is, and I know I've probably talked about this before, but there's something called Golden Key. And this is Emmett Fox's Golden Key. If you're not familiar with it, Emmett Fox was a minister, New Thought minister. He was in Divine Science. He also was an admirer of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And he wrote an essay called The Golden Key. And basically the Golden Key just sums down to stop thinking about the difficulty or the challenge and think about God instead. So again, finding that safe space, right? Where is that? And when we say stop thinking about the difficulty and think about God, what are those principles of God? What is that to you? The word God might trigger you, right? What is that? Omnipotent love, Power. God is love. I am love. God is power. I am power. God is strength. I am strength. That which we call God, whatever that is that fills you, that you feel a need for, in order to let it be easy, to go forward in expectancy of excitement and joy and ease. What is that? So golden key, and remember IDs. Okay, and then the last thing is with little babies, when they learn how to walk, we help them, right? We give them a little hand. We help them. Ask for help. Ask for help from people in the community that know you. Ask for prayer help. We've got Silent Unity. We've got prayer services here. Who knows you? Who knows this about you that you're having a hard time remembering right now? Who can hold that high watch for you? Hold the high watch for each other. Ask for help, and you can also ask for help from God, right? That means asking for the help from the highest and best of yourself. Okay, asking for the divinity within you to remember, the human of you to remember the divinity that lies within yourself, within all conditions. Ask for help from that. You are the place where God shows up, moves and breathes and has its being. Guess what? That means you are fully equipped to handle anything. And sometimes you just need to ask. And Imelda Shanklin, she has a great example in her book, What Are You? And she talks about, she was a writer, and she says, I was very busy and I would have a couple of papers I had to submit for publications. And she would say, she goes, well, oh Lord, I think that we should work on that Friday, 3 o'clock. I need some ideas. Let's put that on the calendar. And then she just put it out of her mind. And she'd make an appointment with God. And I just thought that was the greatest thing. I love that. And that's I rely on that one sometimes. Like, God, when I can't sleep, I'm like, well, God, I got some stuff to do tomorrow. High being, whatever you want to call that. And so I'm just going to know that this is all good. And she would say then she'd just sit down and it would flow. All the ideas would flow. She'd put it out of her mind, but it was in there, right? So ask. Ask for help from your fellows, because they are also showing up as that which we call God. Ask for help from your internal and your wisdom and your mind itself, and it'll flow. So that's the second P. So we've got perception, and then we've got preparation. And then what do babies have to do to really get good at this? Practice. Yes, you got the third P. Practice, practice, practice. The third 3 is practice. So like in my example, I had that really bad day. I went back, let it be easy. I did remember my tools. It's not me alone. There's going to be an idea for this. I'm going to have an idea. I knew that. It didn't come to me immediately when I was upset, but I knew it would come. I asked my friend for help, right? Just by sometimes unburdening. Yeah, you did have a hard day. But I told her, but it's okay. I know it's all right. It's fine. Let it be easy. Because I could talk to her and her also know the truth. So I practiced it at that time. And I did have an idea. And coincidentally, I was taking care of a cat, my friend's cat. And my friend lives in this really nice duplex, a little closer to work, very much closer to where I wanted to live. And the place next to her was up for rent. And I was interested in it, but the timing didn't work, so I gave up on it. But I went to feed the cats, and the for rent sign was still on there. So I'm like, I'm going to give him a call. And sure enough, the people who had been interested in renting it, because he was trying to get rented earlier than I needed it, it all fell through. So guess where I'm living right now? In this beautiful duplex, much nicer than this apartment that rejected me. And I don't take it personally from those people. They're just doing their jobs. I was very nice to them because they're just following the rules they have to follow. But it's very nice. It's closer to my home. I'm next door to my friend. I took care of my friend's cats again these last 2 weeks. I was able to get in there more. One of them let me pet them. Yeah, one of them let me pet them. So, some real perks here. And it's just nice to live next door to our friends. I mean, I have a yard. It's so much nicer. And this landlord is amazing. He has not raised her rent for 5 years. The last 5 years. You know what happened to rents in the last 5 years. He has not raised her rent in 5 years. Because he's just happy to have a good tenant. So it all worked out. And that's practice. And that was kind of a big thing. But practice makes progress. We call this a spiritual practice, right? We don't call it spiritual perfection. There's no end goal. It's just a goal to keep remembering because we're already all of that. We just forget. And we are 100% human. And I love the part of me that gets a little anxious. That's a little bit of an overthinker. Because that gets me through my life, right? It makes me pay attention to things. And it makes me care about the world. It makes me care about my friend. So that's okay. But I encourage you to just remember, practice, practice, practice. Just like a baby does. Practice, practice, practice. And when a baby falls down, what do? They get back up, right? They might be bruised. They might be hurt. They don't compare themselves to the other baby and go, oh, look at so-and-so. I can never walk like them. You know, we get such ridiculous ideas in our heads as grown-ups. We really do. It's not a race. It's not something to compare. This is yours. Let it be easy for you, whatever that looks like for you. I even love that part of me that gets a little anxious because that shows me that I care. That's okay. And it helps me understand other people have much more serious mental health issues. It really helps me understand that. And I'm grateful for that. Because anytime we can be more compassionate and understanding of the walks that other people are having that are different than our own, it's helpful. It helps me walk in that divinity. It helps me walk with ease and grace. So I'm going to encourage you to practice. The other thing I want to say about babies is what do? They take baby steps, right? So when I'm talking about ideas, just remember it's just a baby step idea. One after the other, it just moving in the direction. And maybe you even feel like you're going backwards a little bit. You know you're moving forward, okay? If you feel like you went back, let's say you started here. You take a baby step. Then you take another one, and you take another one. And for some reason you go back a little bit. Guess where you're at? You're further ahead. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. That's not the easy way. That's the human personality. And we're looking at individuality, people. That's what we're looking at. So anyway, encourage you to practice, practice, practice. Take baby steps. If you have to take a giant leap, and do it on small things. For instance, at work, we just got this new security badge. And you press the button. I work for TUSD. And you press this button, and it like alerts like the police. Like if you press it like 8 times, the police come in hot. Which is, it's a good security thing. But it scares me. I'm like, oh my God, what if I press this button accidentally? And I'm like, I'm short. And I work in a warehouse, and I have boxes. I'm like, it's like right here, people. This is not safe. And I was really concerned. It was part of my anxiety problem. And then just at night one time, I'm like, oh, you know, when you go swimming, when I used to go on cruises and stuff, you get these little plastic waterproof containers you can put cards in, and then you can go swimming. And I'm like, that'll work. And I put it in there, and I'm all ease. An idea. So just practice with little things, and then when big things come your way, it's not so hard. It's a daily thing. So just encourage you to practice. So I'm encouraging you right now to just remember these 3 easy peasy, let it be easy practices. First, perception. Second, preparation. And third, practice, practice, practice. And jump anyone where you need it when you need it. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. And I have a little meditation for us. Somewhere. There it is. Oh, here it is. Do or do not. There is no try. Yoda. There you go. See, I told you it would come. Sometimes you just gotta wait. It's all right. Okay, so right here and now, I encourage you to just close your eyes if you like. Let go of whatever thoughts you have or what is to come and who you are to be. The truth that you are, the place where God shows up is something you can know right now. And just allow those thoughts to think in this time. You are the place where love, joy, kindness, and wisdom resides. You are the place where the peace beyond understanding is. That is truth of you. Within you is the peace beyond understanding. Remind yourself, God is, I am. God is, I am. God is all wisdom. I am wisdom. God is love. I am love. God is strength. I am strength. God is understanding. I am understanding. God is, I am. God is, I am. All the ideas I need to do what is mine to do are flowing through me now. I live and breathe in ease and grace, knowing that I'm fully equipped to do what is mine to do. I live and breathe in ease and grace, knowing that all I need is always available to me. I live and breathe in ease and grace, knowing that I choose to let it be easy. And remind yourself, state that claim. Let it be easy. And so it is. Thank you.